I'm not a vengeful person. Not really. But I am a patient one. See, 7 years ago, I finally hit a milestone most people only dream about. I bought my first home. I'd been saving for a decade, skipping vacations, eating ramen, working weekends. You know how it goes. I wasn't handed anything. I earned it. The place was small but perfect. A little fixer-upper in a quiet area on a shared block. Now, where I'm from, properties like this usually fall under something called a strata title. That basically means everyone chips in for repairs, maintenance, and insurance. Some people like it. I didn't. I'm a private person. I don't like shared decisions. I don't like nosy neighbors. So I hunted for months until I found the unicorn, a place on a shared block, but with a freehold title. That meant full independence, except for one tiny obligation: splitting public liability insurance on the shared walkway. Fair trade, right? The real estate agent seemed solid. Local guy. Knew a few of my friends, though I didn't know him personally. He sent the documents. My lawyer double-checked everything. All good, or so I thought. 5 months after moving in, I get a knock on my door. It's the landlord next door. He wants to discuss. What else? Insurance. He hands me a copy of the policy. But it's not public liability insurance. It's for a strata title. My stomach sank. I went back through the paperwork like a madman. Emails. Listings. The whole thing screamed freehold. I called my lawyer. He was shocked. Apologetic. He'd been duped too. I confronted the real estate agent. Brought him all the evidence, emails, property ads, even his own messages. But the guy? Stone-faced. No apology. No responsibility. No offer to make it right. He offered me $1,000 to just go away. $1,000. That's what he thought my peace of mind, my trust, and my dream were worth. I could have sued. The mediator encouraged it. But I was battling health issues at the time, and honestly, I didn't have the energy. So instead of going to court, I went to war. A long, quiet war. And I played the long game. It started with a little Facebook sleuthing. His personal page wasn't private. Rookie mistake. I found photos from a boys on tour trip he'd taken just months after I moved in. Beach pics. Beer. Tagging the country they partied in. I also found his home address. Easy, public business registry. And on the 1-year anniversary of the property's sale, the date I signed those fraudulent papers, I sent him flowers. A beautiful bouquet, with a handwritten card. Dear real estate agent, remembering you, on this, our special day. She has your eyes. Love, L. It was subtle, creepy, intimate, just enough to spark doubt. He didn't know an L. But his wife, she saw the flowers. The next year, I sent them again. Same day, same message. On this, our special day. And again the 3rd year. And the 4th. Each time, a different florist. A different twist in the note. She looks more like you every day. I still dream about that night. One day, we'll tell her the truth. Oh, and I didn't stop there. Every few months, I'd mail a postcard from the country he visited on that trip. The one he got a little too wild in. Each one signed simply, Love, L. By the 5th year, I heard from a mutual acquaintance that things were tense in their household. The wife suspected cheating. He denied everything. Said it was probably some prank. But he couldn't explain the consistency, the timing. And then the 6th year hit. That's when everything crumbled. Word spread through the grapevine. He was getting divorced. His wife had finally done the math. The flowers, the postcards, the anniversary date. And then get this, he confessed. Turns out, a year before I bought the house, he had gone on a sketchy vacation. He had cheated. And he came back with an STD. Somehow, he'd convinced his wife at the time that it was from a gym towel or some absurd lie. But those yearly reminders? They broke her trust. Made her revisit the past. Made her remember. And he folded. Like a house of cards. The fallout was brutal. He lost his home in the divorce. Half his retirement. And to top it off, his real estate business collapsed. Apparently, clients started pulling out. Rumors flew. His reputation? Shattered. He's not even in real estate anymore. Last I heard, he was crashing at a friend's house and trying to freelance some property consulting gigs. And me? I still live in the house he lied to me about. Every year on that same date, I pour a glass of wine, sit on my porch, and smile. Because even though I never took him to court, I did take everything that mattered.